This is the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, and it is the most popular selling foldable in the world at the moment, but it is also extremely expensive. I want to tell you whether it's worth your time and money and my experience over the last 2 weeks. Let's get into it. So the Galaxy Fold 7 from Samsung, it is obviously their flagship folding device. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've had the 6 and the 5, and my complaints about them still exist here. Now, this is, in fairness, a very good foldable device. It really, really is. One thing that Samsung definitely know how to do is panels. Their screens and panels are absolutely fabulous. Now, this one has actually got this dimming film over the top, so I've got a lot of light behind you, and that is really showing through the reflections here, but it is actually much better with a viewing angle. So when I look at the screen here, I'm seeing very much less reflections. Even in very bright environments, like I live here in southern Spain, it still handles and goes up extremely bright, so it has over 3000 nits on the inside screen. It really is absolutely brilliant, and I have to say, it is gorgeous to look at. But my issue with it still exists in that when it is closed, which is how you're going to use it, and my usage of this was literally 90% of the time I've got this device closed. So this aspect ratio is just too narrow still. I think Samsung are going to nail it when they get a little bit wider, maybe a little shorter. It could still be this height because it is still very tall. It's still 6.9. It's very tall in aspect ratio. So obviously for viewing it like you would like so for media, YouTube, etc., it's perfect. It's a very good size. You even get some black bars on either side because it's so wide, or long. But when you open it up and you've still got the big black bars across the top and the bottom when using or viewing videos, it's not absolutely ideal. Now, my experiences, because we've done all the specs, my usage over the last week and a half of having this device really has been, the battery life is A+. It really has been very good. I can get to the end of the day having used it intensely, inside, outside screen, and I've still got maybe 30% left over, which is plenty. Of course, you're never gonna get 2 days, 2.5 days, unless you're just using the front screen with very low brightness. You're not really using too much in the way of cameras or high intense gaming, things like that. But if you're using it very lightly, making a phone call, using it just to browse some social media lightly in low light, you could get 2.5 days out of this thing, but it's all about individual usage. And in this case, for me, it was definitely getting me through to the end of the day, that's for sure. The other thing that I really like is in the hand, it is comfortable, but it's not as comfortable. And I will compare this to the Honor Magic V5, because in the hand, that phone, because of the rounded edges of that amazing phone, it really was extremely comfortable without a case, of course. I did slap on a case here with MagSafe as well, which rounded off the edges and made it more comfortable and grippy in your hands. But without that, it does feel good in the sense that it's solid and it's got sharp edges, which is good for gripping, but it is the sharper edges, the boxy feel that this phone is famous for as well. So is it as nice? No, in my opinion, it's not. It is, however, very easy to open. So gripping the edges is very easy in order to open and close it. So that really is incredibly easy to do with this phone. I found it a little bit more nerve-wracking with the V5 because I found I had to dig my nails into it to then pull it apart. The hinges are very strong. It's not a big deal, but the reality of it is that you don't want to be nervous when opening the phone. And this one is very easy to open with the Galaxy Fold 7. I managed to get it in this beautiful lilac blue color, which is actually quite unique. It's not a common color at all. And I managed to get hold of it. But here's the kicker. The price of this device, just by itself, doesn't come with the charger. It comes with a cable, no case whatsoever, was 1,600 euros. Now, it's got 512 gigabytes, which is very big, but that's a lot of money. The Honor V5, if you've watched my video, I'll link it above, you'll see it somewhere. That came with the phone and an entire box of goodies, which ranged from a charger, 2 cases, a stylus pen, which does not work on this, by the way. No stylus pen will work on this. With 2 sets of earphones, one over the ears, one inside the ears. It was unbelievable. Those were all early bird gifts, but the value of those was about 300 euros, and that was all for 1,600 euros. So the same value, but you also got the phone with all those other things. So it was one hell of an unboxing, and it really was and is great value for money. Whereas I feel what's going to happen with this, and if you look back at the historical Fold phones, the price drop has been immense. So you can pick up a Fold 6 for under 1,000 euros. And I would say, unless you absolutely have to get the cutting edge of the Fold 7, just get the Fold 6. The differences are minimal. This is better, but it's incrementally better. If you put the two together, you might be able to figure out how much better it is. Otherwise, if you get the Fold 6 and you don't ever touch the 7, you won't know the difference, and it's going to perform almost exactly the same, even with the chip and so on. And the operation and the speed of everything has been very, very good, but that's reliable. Plus, one of my favorite software on Android is One UI, which of course is the Samsung one. But again, I think that Honor have really upped their game in improving the quality of their Magic OS as well, which is getting better and better with every single iteration. So this Fold is really, really good, but it's not worth the amount of money that they're asking you to pay. And if you wait a little bit longer, even in 6 months' time, my bet will be this is going to be closer to 1,000 euros, where it's going to be even more affordable, and then it becomes much better value for money proposition. So I would say wait if you're thinking about getting this phone. If you want a more affordable option, get the 6 or the 5. You'll make a huge saving, but be aware that depreciation on this is going to be outrageous and painful at times, which is why I wouldn't suggest, and I don't like buying them brand new because I just don't think the value for money is there. But camera is very, very good. The zoom is very good. The camera videography on this device is way up there. I would give this an A to A+ videography, which is very rare for Samsungs, but they're getting better at it. Since the S24 Ultra, the videography has been on par with what I think is the iPhone video quality, and I'm filming right now with the iPhone 17 Pro. So this is recording with the rear-facing camera on the Galaxy Fold 7. Stabilization looks really good. It's in 4K. I have no controls over the screen, so I can do the dual screen and I can look at the lens and I can see myself. But can you tell me what the audio isolation is like? Put your comments below. But the video quality looks really, really good, as you would expect. It's extremely bright at the moment. Turn that way, you can see. And if I put the sunlight behind me, you can see how it balances out. But stabilization looks really solid, and I am recording in 4K as well. I wonder how good the mic pickup as well is. I definitely feel like they've really upped their game, and that is where in one area the Samsung does exceed, I would say, the Honor phone, although that phone also has an A camera as well. So you're not losing a lot, but there's something about the videography on the premium Samsungs and the iPhones that still is class leading. But Honor are not far behind, and their zoom capacity on the Honor V5 as well was absolutely bonkers. Really, really good, on par with the Samsung as well. And remember how much you're getting with the Honor as well when you do it. So I'm going to put links to both of these in the description below. If you find a refurbished one, which I always like to recommend, that's a much better way to go for recycling and for saving you some money as well. So I'll put a link to that below. If you like the new layout of my recording, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. And if you agree or disagree with any of my comments to this product, then do let me know what your thoughts are and whether or not you like the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye for now.